Hello, folks. Hey, it's me, and welcome to the Bestie Zone. Yes. Come on, girl. It's been so long since I've heard that beautiful, sweet song. Hello. How are you doing? How are you doing? Hi, Mike. Hey, Myron, it's been a minute. Hello. It's me. It's me. This is real. This is me. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be now. Gotta let the light, come on, shine on me. Now I found who I am. There's no something I'm Demi Lovato. This is me. Hi, it's me, Jonica, your best friend. And you are. Good. Hi. Hello out there, audience and besties. How are you? It's been a couple of weeks. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. And I kind of didn't say anything to you. I kind of took a sabbatical, if you will. I think I had mentioned before that I got into a car accident early last month, which initially I was like, this is fine, I'm fine. But as it turns out, I had a concussion, and then I subluxated my hip, and I've dislocated my clavicle. Oh, cool. Oh, fun. Awesome. And my concussion, okay, I've had concussions before. I remember two distinct times. One time, I think I was, I want to say like 6th grade or something. I was over at my friend Twyla's house, and her older sister and her older sister's friend, we were all hanging out over at their place, and we were doing sort of like, let's sing songs for each other, like talent show vibes. And Twyla's older sister's friend was singing some beautiful, sad country ballad or some shit about like a baby and like, I don't have my baby no more. I miss my baby. I don't know what it sounded, but something like it's had that vibe. I don't have my baby. And she tried to find like an appropriate like baby sized, she's like, I have to bring this performance to life, and I need to be holding like a baby. And she looked around for the nearest baby sized object, and what she found was a pretty sturdy glass vase. And she held it. Baby. And at the end, she's like, now's the time for my dance number. I'm lying down. There's a bunk bed. I'm lying down on the bottom bunk. And I'm just like, wow, this is so beautiful. And just enjoying my time. And she's going to throw it. And there's a little bit of space on the bed in front of me. And I'm not bothered because I'm like, there's space. Don't worry about it. Just go ahead. Because she kind of is like, can I throw it? Like, not saying it out loud, but like, I'm going to throw this now at your area. And I'm like, go for it, essentially. and I'm sitting there, and then she kind of just tossed a little too hard, and then it clunked me on my head. And I think that was my first concussion. I had to go home early because I was like, I'm going to die. And yeah, my mom picked me up and took me to urgent care. She's very pissed. And then, and then in high school, I feel like did I talk about this with you guys? Maybe I've just told this story so many times, but I was in ceramics and I was unloading the kiln, and there's like a really heavy, like 80-pound lid, and it like fell on my head. And I remember it falling on my head, and then like a dude next to me like caught it, and he like lifted it up. And I remember looking at him like in shock, and he was looking at me in shock. And then I, like, stood up, like, fucking bored straight. And then I, like, turned around, and the class was completely silent. And I was, like, in shock, and they were all, like, staring at me, jaws, like, open. They were all like, what the hell? And stunned silence. And then the teacher, like, none of us are saying anything for, like, a couple seconds, and the teacher goes, do you need to go to the nurse? And I was like, yes. I think so. And she's like, okay. And I just, like, walked as the class still in silence. I just walked dazed out of the room. And, like, and then I was, like, leaving. I got, like, 20 feet out of the classroom. I was like, I should have somebody with me taking me there. And then my friend in ceramics came out with my backpack. And I was like, oh, thank God, she's coming out to help me. And then she's like, here's your stuff. I was like, thank you. And then she went back inside, and I was like, okay. And I was like, I should say something, but I was, like, really not in a spot to be able to say anything. So I managed to, like, wobble my way across campus to the nurse's office, and then I threw up in the nurse's office. So, like, I've had a lot of concussions, and I was like, if I'm not yartzing everywhere, then I'm fine. So the concussion I got from the car accident, I was like, this is just a headache. This is just a headache and brain fog, and it's nothing. I'm fine. And then I told my doctor about it, and they were like, girl, what? It's like, I'm fine. I'm literally fine. Literally, it's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with me. And they're like, no, you've got a concussion. And I was like, yeah, that's weird. And I was like, you know, I have been having, like, this weird thing come up lately where, like, I want to die. Is that normal? And they're like, no, bitch. That's the concussion. Which is why I haven't been here with you for the past couple weeks, because apparently when you get a concussion, my doctor said it's like your head is like a snow globe, and it just got shook, and you just have to wait for the snow to, like, settle for everything to go back to normal. And it's like essentially my suicidal ideation is my snow kind of, like, going crazy in my brain. So I just have to wait. So I've just been waiting for a little bit until I feel better. Can you tell I feel better? I'm sure I don't seem like I want to end it all. Sometimes I have a moment where I'm like, but what if I did last? But then I'm like, no. No, I'm fine. Last? No. No. I'm fine. I'm actually fine. Do not send the, like, police for a wellness check over to my house. I'm okay. I'm okay. And I did the right thing. As soon as I started having suicidal thoughts, I went ahead and told practically everyone I ran into. I'm, like, checking out groceries and the store, at the grocery store in the line. And I'm like, hey, cashier lady, guess what? I want to die. Telling everybody. Anybody who will listen. As soon as I told my doctor, he was like, oh my God, how about, hold on one second. And then, like, immediately set me up for the second I, ended that. Second I ended that doctor's appointment, they would send in a crisis therapist right that moment to talk me through it. And I had told my physicals, honestly, the clavicle thing is crazy because I, was taking a bath because I was like, I'm hurting. And I was like, it just put me into a flare-up because I have, okay, listen, lore drop, hello, lore drop, or here's another part of my list of diagnoses, if you want to write it down. I have fibromyalgia, like Miss Lady Gaga. Did you know she has that? I have fibromyalgia, which is basically hey, you just have pain because your body's freaking the fuck out, which is cool. And then I've got Ehlers-Danlos, hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos. We're not sure if I have any of the other Ehlers-Danlos, but we're pretty sure that I don't have the Danlos where my heart explodes. I think we're pretty confident about that. Which is good, because there is one of those. Did you know that? There's 13 different types of Ehlers-Danlos, and there's one of them where you're basically like your heart explodes or like your organs just like have a higher chance of just falling out of your ass. Just coming right out of you. Like, that's crazy. So thankfully, I don't seem to have that one, which is great news. But the hypermobile one basically means that like my joints are not effective at holding my body together, whereas normal people, their joints hold them together. Me, my muscles hold me together. And like when I was in the car accident, I didn't hit my body against anything. Like, it really wasn't that bad of an accident, but I like moved forward very quickly and against like the seatbelt, and the seatbelt is what dislocated my clavicle. And I'm dealing with so much a high level of pain every day. Can you believe it? Can you believe how much of an effing soldier I am? I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. Can you believe it? Would you think that me right now am in enough pain that would hospitalize your fucking ass? Can you believe it? Because I was in the bathtub because I was like, oh, my muscles hurt. And then I got up and I heard my clavicle clunk. And I was like, ooh, that's weird. And then I went to physical therapy like a week later. And I was like, yeah, so I got into a car accident. And I guess they said I have a concussion. And then my hip subluxated, which was weird. But now it's back in place. And also, it felt like my clavicle moved out of place. But maybe it's fine. And I literally said, I think I'm just being too sensitive. Like, I think that, like, my nervous system is just, like, kind of wilding right now. And she's like, what? And she had me get x-rays, and they were like, yeah, no, that's, like, actually dislocated. So I was like, cool. Cool. I wonder how many other, like, severe problems I've, like, just sat with. Because I'm like, this is normal. This is normal, girl. Just take some pain pills, baby. Just take some fucking Tylenol. So that's sort of my life. Is that cool and fun or what? So yeah, that's what happened to me. That's what happened to me. That's why I was like, I'm not talking to you. I'm not going to hang out with you. And I figured, you know what? Anyone who's like actively listening to this podcast is like somebody who I like am friends with on Snapchat. And so it was like, it's fine. It's fine. Everyone will know I'm alive. You know, nobody's got expectations. But then everyone was like, hey, what the hell? Where's the besties on you, bitch? And I was like, whoa. Hey, man, I'm trying, man. Hey. In the meantime, I did watch a ton of movies. Now, here's the situation. I kind of broke the rules a little bit. So my doctor was like, okay, so your brain needs to like not be dealing with like a lot of sensory input. So he's like, you shouldn't be watching a lot of horror movies and action movies and stuff like that. And I was like, cool. So I'll stop watching horror movies. And and yeah, that's it. I watched a lot of action movies essentially. I was like, that's fine. Let's kind of go over some of the highlights here. I watched okay, you know what? This one wasn't really an action movie. I'm sorry, it was not an action movie at all. This was the Hungarian movie Gloomy Sunday from 1999. Okay, now I'm going to sing you this song. But be warned, okay, that when I discovered this song as a sweet little baby child on the early 2000s internet, I discovered it and it was introduced to me as a song that makes people kill themselves. Kind of on theme for this episode. And I was like so scared, but I listened to it anyways, and I was like, it's enchanting. I was like, do I want to kill myself? It's fine. I survived. But while finding this song, I found a beautiful woman singing it in Hungarian. And I don't know the words because I'm not Hungarian, but it's Sunday. And it's so good. It's so good. I think Billie Holiday might have done a version of that, or Ella Fitzgerald, or one of them. And that's actually in English. But I watched this like this fucking gorgeous, fucking beautiful looking woman singing this song in Hungarian as this guy plays on a piano. She's like in a restaurant, so she's like in a room filled with all these people, and then she sings this song, and all the men are just like hypnotized by her. And then she like finishes, and then she like runs off, and it's like her like catching her breath in like the hallway by herself, and then you hear a fucking gunshot, and the crowd going, "Ooh!" And that's where the video ended. And I was like, what? Like as a kid, I was like, holy shit. And I never actually watched the whole thing. Ever. I didn't know what happened after that. I didn't know who shot the gun or what. I didn't know what was going on. So I watched that movie. I found it on YouTube. I think there's 2 different versions on YouTube that I think they both have subtitles. And, God, what a beautiful movie. What a beautiful movie. I will say it's pretty intense. But like, it's kind of interesting. It's like set in 1940s Hungary. There's this woman who's married to, a restaurateur, and they hire a pianist, and then there's this German guy who comes in, and they're all like in love with this lady, and essentially the German guy, they're like, girlie, get out of here, like, we appreciate it, but like, go away, you know, because he's like, why don't you leave this loser and marry me? And she's like, no, I love him. And like, here's the situation, is that the pianist comes in, and she's like, but you're hot. And the restaurant guy goes, I see that you believe that this man is hot. And I totally respect that. So, I propose we both have you. And she's like, chill. And they're like a throuple. Essentially. Like, they're like cuddling together and going on picnics together. It's like actually beautiful. Their relationship is beautiful. I was like, this is the movie of all time. This is the poly movie of all time. And then I realize all of the pieces start coming together, and I realize when the German dude comes back up in a fucking Nazi uniform that, oh fuck, we're in fucking 1940s Hungary, and the restaurateur guy is a Jewish guy. And of course, everything goes to goddamn hell in a handbasket. And, like, the movie is just, like, so deeply sad after that. Should I tell you what happened? Look, okay. After that one singy song scene, the piano guy kills himself in front of everybody. Crazy. The Nazi guy is, like, trying to help. He, like, seems like he's gonna help. But he ends up not helping at all and being, like, a total dickbag. And the restaurateur guy ends up being put on a train and sent to a camp. And then Miss Girly is trying to save him, and he's like, I'll save him if you fuck me right now. And so she reluctantly does that. He basically, like, he fucking sexually assaults her, essentially. All to not even save him. Anyway. Crazy fucking work, dude. Crazy fucking work. And all that was like, I was watching it in total fucking horror, dude. Total fucking horror. So I watched that. Beautiful and devastating movie. Beautiful and devastating. And all of the fucking reviews are in Hungarian or whatever. They are 100% not readable for me. So I don't know how people felt about it, but I thought it was beautiful. Let's see, what else did I watch? Oh, okay. This was important. I watched all of the live-action Spider-Man movies from Tobey Maguire through to Tom Holland. I was gonna watch Into the Spider-Verse as well, but I couldn't find it anywhere that was free, which is annoying. And if anybody has the low on how to get high-quality, free movies illegally, then please, just between you and me, please let me know how to do that. Please let me know. Because I don't want to keep giving money to the man. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so if you got the fucking hookup, then give me a fucking hookup. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I watched Spider-Man. Now, here's my issue with Tobey Maguire, is that I think that I hate him. That's my issue. And here's the situation. I know I've seen Spider-Man. I think I've seen probably all of the Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3 with Tobey Maguire before. But I really was not a movie person until, like, this year. Seriously. Like, I've not seen a whole lot of anything, and if I have, I don't really remember it, because maybe I saw it once or in passing. I was very much like a kid who's like, yeah, your stories are fine. The stories I'm gonna make up and play pretend with are better, though. And so I was more like, kind of busy crafting, like, my own worlds, and not really caring about the worlds that other people were crafting. So I have zero nostalgia for the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I respect it. I respect other people's nostalgia, and I know everyone says that Spider-Man 2 is, like, peak superhero movie, but, like, I don't care. I'm sorry. I don't care. I will say that Willem Dafoe and Mr. Doc Ock are great villains. And Doc Ock, whoever that guy is, that dude is smoking hot. Right? Like, he's hot. He's hot. Okay? And I bet you he's still bangable as shit now, too. He was hot back then. He's bound to be hot now. I think so. I love him. Okay? I love him. I love him. I love him. I think he's so cute. But yeah. Also, Spider-Man 3. Tough watch. Oh, tough watch. That was rough. That was really rough. Like, him with the hair, like, that's supposed to be, like, cool hair, but it's just, like, kind of greasy and long in his eyes. And, like, he's walking down the street. You guys know the scene where he's, like, and he's, like, walking down the street and, like, finger gunning at all these New York 10s. And I'm, like, all the New York 10s are, like, oh, my God. He's so hot and cool. I was, like, sorry, seriously? I think, genuinely, if any of those if this was happening in real life, and if Tobey F. Maguire started doing finger guns, like, looking like that at a New York 10, I think they'd call the fucking police. Personally. Because, like, no, there's something foul about that. Something ominous and fucked up, and I hate it. And I hate Tobey Maguire. But Kirsten Dunst, though. Hold on a minute. Let's hear it for Kirsten Dunst, because what the shit? She's amazing and she's beautiful. I wish she was my girlfriend. And then I watched The Amazing Spider-Man. This one's the one with Andrew Garfield. I had never seen these before. He's charming as all get out, and him and Emma Stone together, I'm, like, kicking my feet and fucking giggling. I had, like, the first Spider-Man, biggest smile on my face. Biggest fucking smile on my face. Every single time they were on screen together. Like, their chemistry is so... like, it's... you could cut that shit with a knife, dude. It is, like, palpable in the room. And I love them forever. Okay? Them. They're literally so good together. And then I watched Amazing Spider-Man 2, and everything was fine. Everything is fine. I did stop it just at the point where they're fighting nasty Green Goblin, and I just stopped it right before then. Nothing happens after that. So I think at that point Spider-Man wins, and I'm probably, and Spider-Man and Gwen Stacy live what I assume to be happily ever after, because how can they not? Gwen Stacy. Oh. Oh man, dude. I literally went when it happened. When it happened. When Miss Gwen Stacy hit the effing ground. Holy fucking shit. Oh my god, the sound. No. No! I don't accept that. I don't accept it. Okay? I don't accept it. So I like to pretend that everything went fine. And it's normal and fine and it's good. And then I moved on to Tom Holland. So we went ahead. So I know that there's like the Tom Holland Spider-Man specific ones. But we went ahead and watched, Brian and I, we watched any Marvel movie that also included Spider-Man. So we started off with Captain America Civil War, which, by the way, that movie came out in that movie came out in 2016. That's almost 10 years. Captain America Civil effing War was almost 10 years ago. Jesus fucking H. Oh, wow. How the fuck has it been 10 years? Yeah, here's my issue. Is I think that all of these movies, that we need to have versions of the movies with, like, name cards when people show up, and then, like, MTV pop-up facts about kind of, like, who these people are, and, like, how they're connected, and, like, what's going on. Because, like, there's some little blonde piece in this one who's, like, helping Captain America, and they clearly have a history. And, like, she, like, helps them and gets them something or whatever, and they're, like, kind of start making out, and I'm like, Brian, who is that? Who is this lady? Like, at this point, like, I was being like, okay, whatever, she's just, like, somebody who's helped out in another movie or something. I, like, totally don't remember her. But then they started making out, and I was like, okay, like, let's figure this one out. Like, who is she? And, like, she's, like, Agent Carter's niece? Agent Carter, he's, like, in love with. Like, his lady wife. It's her fucking niece? And he's, like, making out with her? Ew! Ew! What the fuck? Am I crazy? That feels crazy. What the hell? I was, like, literally, like, like, disgusted. It's like, that is pervert mode. That is gross. Like, it changed my feelings about Captain America, seriously. Okay? It changed it. Okay, and then I watched Spider-Man Homecoming, which was like, alright. And then I watched Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. And my review my review for Endgame is about that one scene in the battle when, I forget, it's like one of the girls is like facing off with Thanos alone. I think it's like Scarlet Witch. And he's like, what are you gonna do? You're alone. And then some other girl goes, she's not alone. And then it's like and like all the women from the entirety of the Marvel series, even though some of them have literally never talked before, ever, or even been in the same room, they all like show up together, and you like realize, first of all, how little women are in the series, and how little connection they actually have. Like, there's no girlhood between them, actually. You know what I mean? Like, never once have they gone to the bathroom together. Never once have they braided each other's hair. Never once have they talked about their periods. And, like, so how... I'm sorry, because, like, here's the situation. If you and I go to the bathroom together in public, like a restroom, and we're, like, at a restaurant or, I don't know, a museum or something, we're like, you want to go to the bathroom? You want to go to the bathroom? If I've ever just gone to the bathroom with you, not at the same time, like in the same toilet, you know what I'm talking about. If you ever, like, go to the bathroom in a girly way, then, like, yeah, if you were fighting against Thanos, of course I'd show up. Of course I'd show up to fucking defend you. Because now we're connected. Forever and always. But, like, these other ladies, I could tell that they've never talked to each other. They ain't never gone to the bathroom together. To powder their noses. They ain't never gone to the bathroom together. But my review I loved, and I'm going to read it to you now. Don't worry, she's got help. From her girly pop, pussy queen mama, girl power boots the house down, girl boss cunties, live, love, sister besties. I'm proud of that review. Yeah, and then we just sort of, like, we watched the other Spider-Man ones. Spider-Man No Way Home, when Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire came up, especially after watching all of the movies in order. God, how good is that movie? How good is that fucking movie? Also, like, Spider-Man, I'm kind of, like, obsessed with Spider-Man, as it turns out. He's, like, kind of the best superhero. Fun as shit. I love the different multiverse versions. You guys know that one Spider-Man, that Spiders-Man? Where it's like the suit, but inside the suit is just, like, a million spiders? Do you know that's a thing? That's a thing. That's fucked up, and I love it. Let's see. What else? Oh, okay, you know what else I started to watch? I started to watch, like, some of the movies of all time. Some of the movies that people have been talking about. And I'm like, I haven't seen it, and I want to, but I know that people are like, dude, this one's good. I watched the 2024 Nosferatu with Lily Rose Depp. And the guy who talks like this. You're going to be my lady love. Is that kind of like him? Yes, I love to suck on the blood. That one was good. That one was good, and I was like, oh, I need to reread Dracula. I think I might reread Dracula, but, like, in order of, like, how, not Dracula Daily, I've done Dracula Daily, but, like, because Dracula is written as, like, diary accounts, and they're kind of, like, all thrown in non-chronological order. I was thinking of, like, reading it in its original non-chronological order. I think that would be good. Also, I have a movie I've been wanting to watch called Lair of the White Worm, because I think, what's her name? Let's look her up. Lair of the White Worm. I know that Hugh Grant is in this, which is cool. Amanda Donahoe plays Vanessa Ann Hudgens' mom in Princess Switch 3. And there's some sort of weird Christmas phenomena where in Christmas movies, there's always an older lady. And you, like, sometimes you look at an older lady and you're like, hold on a minute, are you a fucking fox, bro? Like, you were at one point in time quite literally the hottest person walking the face of the planet. Right? And Amanda Donahoe, indeed, was one of those people. And she stars as Lady Sylvia Marsh, the White Worm, I assume. The Snake Lady or some shit. Which I guess was also written by Bram Stoker? The dude who wrote Dracula. Yeah, also in, what is it? It's, Christmas Prince. What is Christmas Prince? Christmas Prince, there's, like, the lady who, like, runs the house, like, the staff. I was looking at her, I was like, there's no way that she wasn't, like, insanely hot. Sarah Douglas. She plays Mrs. Averill. And, I was like, there's literally no fucking way that she wasn't hot as all fucking get out. And as it turns out, she was a supervillain in, like, the Christopher Reeves Superman movies. She played, Ursa, who, like, shoots lasers out of her eyes, and oh my god, she's smoking, dude. She's smoking hot, okay? Anyways, I like Nosferatu. I liked it a lot. I like the little mustache. And it's fun. It's fun. I watched Fight Club. I knew. Okay, listen. You know what? We're not going to talk about it. Hey, that's the rules. And then I watched Sinners. What the fuck? That movie's awesome. I was gonna say, how come none of y'all told me that movie is awesome? You guys did. I don't think you guys stressed it enough. How awesome that fucking movie is. I think I watched it on, like, HBO Max. Girlie, if you got it and you haven't seen Sinners, go watch that right the fuck now. Turn the shit off and go watch Sinners because, oh my god. Oh my god, what a great movie. The music is everything. That one scene where Preacher Boy is starting to play music and then all the different, like, dancers and stuff and, like, and different, like, black musicians and stuff, but, like, through history and, like, seeing that through line, they're all, like, dancing in the same place. I'm literally getting chills thinking about it because it's such a beautiful shot and, like, sweeping shot in such a cool way to, like, perceive how music feels and stuff like that. Oh my god, I thought it was so good. I thought it was so good. And I was blown away. I thought that shit was awesome. And I wish it lasted like 4 more hours, quite frankly. I just want to sit in that world. You know? God, that movie's so good. The music is perfect. The music is perfect in that movie. There's a point where they're, like, kicking a dude who's on the ground, and there's, like, music playing, and the kicks are, like, happening to the beat of the music. That movie's fucking worth it. Worth the watch. And then I watched another banger the night right after that. I watched Parasite. I ain't never seen that before. I think it's a Korean movie. That's brilliant. That thing is fucking brilliant. The family is diabolical. That one is, like, famous for, like, a genre shift. I remember Bryant, like, who also had not watched it before and didn't know, like, a whole lot about it at all. We were watching it at first. He's like, this is a horror movie? Like, it seems like kind of like a family comedy. I was like, well, yes. It's both, I guess. One thing that was bothering me about Parasite was not, like, the movie itself, but sometimes I get fucking annoyed about the fucking reviews from people from certain fucking movies or whatever, you know? Like, it kind of pisses me off, actually. Let's see if I could find one. A lot of people are like, this is awesome, this is great, yada yada, I loved it so much. But, like, some people are like, and I know that this is, like, a lot to ask, because this is Letterbox that we're talking about, so, like, everyone here is, like, a fucking egotistical, pretentious cinephile. And, I guess it may be too much to ask to have people be less pretentious when they're doing reviews, but what can you do? Let's see. It's frustrating to watch movies by Bong Joon-ho. He comes close sometimes, but he never quite nails it when it comes to class consciousness. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? Girl, stop talking. Like, it's... There was another... This one, check this one out. Second viewing, no change. One of those movies where I stand back and admire it as a whole, and I recognize its influence, crossover appeal, and commercial success, but I am nonetheless left cold, even distant from its construction, not inclined to make an extensive argument, but if I did, it would begin by saying that its propulsive genre inclinations often clash against its loftier social ideas and the smooth mechanics of the narrative. What are we talking about? Am I just easy to please? How the fucking fuck are you watching movies that people, like, put their whole pussy into, and then you're being like, close but no cigar, sweetie. Wow, you thought this was smart? That's cute. And it's like, shut up. Will you shut up? Like, if I think it's fine if you think a movie sucks, but I think you should be funny about it. If you think a movie sucks and your whole thing is like, I don't know, I just don't like it, and I just think that like maybe they should have done a socially more conscious, or their politics weren't really thought well through, and the world isn't really shut up. Nobody actually wants to hear your fucking opinion about shit like that. If you want to have an opinion about how something's awesome, I think that's great. If you want to have a bad opinion about something, it needs to be funny, or nobody wants to fucking hear it, dude. Nobody wants to fucking hear it. At that point, you're just yapping into the fucking void, honestly. And you're making the world a worse place. I think you should write about it in your diary and then shut the fuck up. Don't fucking put it out on the internet. I don't want to see your fucking negativity. I had the same issue when I watched the Da Vinci Code. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, this movie's cool. And then everyone's like, yeah, I think that the movie really overextends it. And no, shut the fuck up, dude. Shut the fuck up. I don't care if it's real. I don't care if it makes sense. I think it's sick and cool that Tom Hanks went on like a mystery adventure decoding shit and clues that Jesus left behind. I think it's cool that Jesus gets some in that movie. Okay? And I think that everyone else is wrong. And I feel, I don't know, maybe I need to work on myself. Maybe I need to work on my confidence, because I'm feeling like when people are ragging on shit that I like, I feel in a way that they're saying that I'm stupid. And I'm like, how fucking dare you? Literally, how dare you? What the fuck? It makes me mad. But maybe if I have more confidence, it wouldn't matter. And I would be fine. And everything's actually fine, and it's okay, and everything is, you know what? Everything's fine. I'm sorry, I'm overreacting. Am I though? Wait, hold on. Am I overreacting? You know what? I take it back. I'm not overreacting at all. If you're being a stinker online, then I'm gonna bring the stink to you. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fucking find you, and I'm gonna drop fucking dookies on your front porch. I'm gonna drop some fucking dookies on your front porch. Because that's what you deserve. That's what you deserve for being so dang stinky all the time. Why don't you keep the stink over there? You keep the effing stink to yourself. Okay? That's it for today. Hey, I hope that the wait was worth it. I hope it was worth it. I'll see you guys later, okay? I'm Jonica. I'm Jonica. And hopefully, I'll be back next week. We have been best friends, and this has been the Bestie Zone. I'll see you guys later, dude. I'll see you guys effing later. Oh yeah, girl.